Hello everybody, welcome back. It's Theodore here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make kimbap, which is the Korean equivalent to like Japanese sushi, but it's really not sushi. In my opinion, I really think that it's like Korean sandwich type of thing. To each their own, I guess. But anyways, I'm just going to be showing you guys how to make that, and then yeah, I really don't know what else to say other than I'm going to show you guys how to make kimbap. So let's get right let's get right into it. Let's just get right into it. Yeah, and we're just gonna make it now. So the first ingredient we have is cooked pre-made rice. You just have to put this in the microwave. I wouldn't microwave this for 3 minutes because it kind of makes the rice hard. I just feel like with pre-made rice, my kimbap can last over a day. Maybe that's just how I make my rice, but I just feel like pre-made rice is just so much more convenient, and you can make kimbap a lot easier. The next ingredient we have is carrots, just 1 carrot. Next we have is pickled radish. You can get these in like the whole radish and you can cut them yourself, but I just like the pre-made ones just because, I don't know, I just feel like this one tastes better than the not cut one. Oh, this is optional. You really don't need this. I'm actually probably not gonna put this in mine. I don't know, I'm still thinking about it. But this is imitation crab sticks. I think it gives the kimbap a little bit of texture. Next we have is burdock. So this is burdock. It doesn't really taste like anything, but it gives the kimbap like a really nice texture. Next we have is eggs. I have 2 of them. The reason I'm only having 2 is because, as you can see, my rice package is really small. Usually with kimbap, I usually have like 3 or 4 of these packages, but I only have 1 of these packages left at my house. And sometimes I even think 2 eggs is kind of too much, but I like eggs, so whatever. Okay, next we have is Spam. I'm using the less sodium one. That's just my preference. I just like less sodium Spam. I just feel like the original is a little bit too salty. Also, what I have here is spinach. I just want to have a little bit of spinach in there just for taste and texture. I almost forgot to show you guys, you cannot make this without seaweed. So here's seaweed liver. I just got the regular kind. Also, you cannot forget about sesame oil. Sesame oil is really important. And also, you also need a little bit of salt for tasting. I haven't put salt in here yet because salt is in the jar, but yeah, you need a little bit of salt for tasting. So this recipe is just how I make my kimbap. By no means am I trying to say this is how you make kimbap. Yeah, don't try to get me on that because I'm not trying to make like original, authentic, traditional kimbap, okay? First thing you want to do is just clean your carrots, peel it, and then you're gonna cut it into nicely thin strips. Okay, so I've already washed it, and I'm just gonna clean it off with a paper towel. I'm gonna cut this top part off though. This is not how you're supposed to cut the carrot top off, okay guys? I know, I'm wrong. Don't be criticizing me. Now I peel it off. Nice and peeled. I have no idea how you're supposed to really cut a carrot. And I feel like this is kind of dangerous, but yeah, so until somebody shows me how. So what you do is now you just cut this into thinner slices, which I'm not doing a very good example of. Okay, somebody needs to show me how to cut carrots. Wouldn't it be embarrassing if I accidentally cut myself while I show you guys how to cook? Yeah. This cutting skill is so embarrassing. I'm really a good cook, guys. I really can cook. So now we're going to be cutting the Spam, like the original. Oops. I feel like the more Spam you put in, the tastier it is. But I'm not going to be using the whole thing. So, yeah. Alright, so here's my spinach. I have to wash them first before I put it, cook them, so. I'm gonna quickly take out the bad ones, like this guy. Okay, what I want to do now is get some water. Get some warm water. While we wait for the water to boil, we're going to be preparing the eggs. This is how I like to cook and season my eggs. Look, I can do it with one hand. Watch.
Wow!
Yo. I'm pretty cool, huh? So with the eggs, I actually like to put a little bit of fish sauce in it. I don't want to put too much because the Spam is already really salty. So I just want to put a little bit of fish sauce. If you guys don't like fish sauce, you guys can also put salt and pepper in it. But I just feel like by adding fish sauce, it makes it a little bit more fragrant. And then a little bit of pepper. And then I'm gonna whisk it up with my chopsticks. I don't have a whisk here at my house, so this will do. Alrighty, now that the water is to a boil, I'm gonna be putting the spinach in. Okay, that is good. You don't want it more cooked than that. Okay, so now without any oil, I'm gonna be frying the Spam. So Spam is actually already cooked by itself, but I just want to give it a little bit more, you know, a texture. I don't want it to be super crunchy or anything, but I mean, if you guys like it super crunchy, you guys can make it super crunchy, but I don't like it super crunchy. And the reason why I want to cook the Spam first is because it has a little bit of oil, and I can use that oil to cook the eggs and also the carrots afterwards. Okay, once it's about that brown, I'm gonna take it off. Now I'm gonna be adding the carrots. Okay, so that's good enough. So now, using a little bit of canola oil, I will fry the eggs. This is just so it doesn't stick to the pan. You don't want a lot. Okay, so now I've just microwaved the rice. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, I'm just gonna open it now. Okay, so now what I wanna do is add some pure sesame oil. A little bit of salt. Just a little. I forgot to mention this, but you can also add some roasted sesame in here. It's just so it's more fragrant. Okay. Great job. So now what I'm going to be doing is cutting this egg that I just made. I'm just going to be cutting it this way. So now I'm going to be putting the sushi roller into one of these plastic wraps. So it's just easier to clean that way. Whoa. That I got my little station. I'm just gonna start working. Okay, so what you wanna do is you wanna take your seaweed laver and you wanna put the rough side up, like that, and the smooth side on the bottom, like that. And then you put your rice in. You wanna spread this evenly throughout the whole sheet. Okay, you wanna put your rice in and you wanna spread it evenly throughout the whole sheet of seaweed. Now once you've got the rice all spread out, you want to put in your eggs. I like eggs. I like eggs. Okay, so and then you want to add in your Spam. You add in your spinach. Then you add in your carrots. One of these pickled radishes and one of this burdock. Okay, so how you want to do it is you want to hold the seaweed and you want to cover the seaweed over all of the stuff inside. And then you want to give it a nice squeeze. Give it a nice squeeze. Lift this up and then keep rolling. Okay, now you lift it up. And you got a nice rolled kimbap. Yay! Okay, using one of these brushes, or if you have like a real brush, mine's just a silicone brush. I'm just gonna be pouring some sesame oil on this, and then I'm gonna brush it on. Okay, like that. Spread it out evenly. Now I'm gonna use that same brush and I'm gonna lightly brush the knife that I'm gonna be cutting the kimbap with. This is just to prevent the rice from sticking on the knife. Whoa. Okay, now I'm gonna remove it from the plate and I'm just gonna cut it. See how nice that is? The rice didn't really stick onto the knife. Yeah, that's what you want. I'm just cutting them into nice bite-sized pieces. Alrighty, now our kimbap is done, but if you want, you can also sprinkle a little bit of roasted sesame on top, just to make it look a little bit more appetizing, but it already looks appetizing. So this is the final product. You've got your Spam, your pickled radish, your spinach, your carrots, your burdock, which is like super tiny right here, and your egg, and your rice. And within this seaweed thing and on top is your sesame. I ate so many kimbaps while I was in college, you have no idea, but I highly recommend you guys eating this if you're on the run, or I don't know, if you're just craving some kimbap, I guess. But it's overall just a really good and nice meal to have. I consider this a meal because it has everything from your protein to your veggies to your grains and to your seaweeds. I have no idea what category seaweed is in, but anyways, and it also has your seeds too because of the sesame seeds. Overall, it's just a really good meal, and I consider it to be pretty healthy in my opinion. If you cut down all the sodium, it's pretty healthy. I mean, I tried to cut down as much sodium as I could, but even the Spam was 25% less sodium, and I don't think I even added that much salt. Salt, half a teaspoon of salt in the rice, and then also a little bit of fish sauce into the egg. It wasn't that much, but yeah, this is a really good meal. And the reason why I consider kimbap to be a Korean sandwich is because it's a finger food. Look, I'm holding it. I don't even need to hold it with chopsticks or anything. I'm just holding it with my fingers. And yeah, it's just really nice to have, and it's bite-sized. Kind of, sort of. I mean, like, I put the whole thing in my mouth because I feel like if I bite it, everything will fall apart. So yeah, I just put the whole thing in my mouth. It's so good. If you are hungry and you have nothing to eat, This is like, this is the meal to have. This is so good. It's sweet, salty. So I'm eating with my mouth open. But it's sweet and salty and kind of sweet and soury at the same time. It's like a combination of all the flavors into one, which is like, ugh. And it's savory too because of the sesame oil. Makes it so good. I love this. Alrighty guys, if you guys like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.